I'm Morven and welcome to Thistlestop. Today we're going on an Outlander tour. Being here, it really does bring the show to life. Fergus was chased by the Redcoat. That's Mrs. Baird's over there. The village of Cranesmere, which you can see through the window here. Gardens at Castle Lallybroch. Outlander is returning for its 8th and final season next year. But in just a few days we'll have the prequel, Blood of My Blood, on our screens, and I thought what better way to prepare for this excitement than to visit some of the show's most iconic filming locations. Join me on a wee day trip starting at Midhope Castle, also known as Lallybroch. Lallybroch has appeared across multiple different timelines. We first see it in the 18th century as the home of Jamie Fraser. And at this point it's bustling with activity. We see a lot of scenes out here in the courtyard with Jenny and Ian and their kids. And then we also see it in the 1960s when Claire comes back to Scotland after raising Brianna in Boston. And we see her on the steps here in a really emotional scene when she's like grieving for Jamie. And then we also see it in the 1980s when Brianna and Roger purchase the building, and this is when they have their caravan parked outside, and it's like a fabulous 80s style caravan where I think their bedroom is, if I'm not mistaken. Being here, it really does bring the show to life. So we know that the new season, Blood of My Blood, will explore the love stories of both Claire and Jamie's parents. So we can assume that it will visit Lallybroch at some point. I would say it's probably the show's most iconic filming location that you can visit. So we've got some toilets that you can use if you need to use the toilet, which is great. There's also picnic tables if you want to bring your picnic. There's little QR codes that you can scan, get some information. So let's see what they have. So it just gives you a little bit of information about what the inside looks like. And the real castle. So it's a 16th century tower house of 5 stories. Here's some old photos. There's another QR code here. Let's see what this one says. It takes around 3 weeks to turn Midhope Castle into Lallybroch. Very little CGI used, and it takes an army to pull it off. Our farmyard becomes their city for that time, with everything: workshops, food, toilets, costume, makeup, production, and everything else squeezed into our wee space. Then, as if by magic, everything moves on to the next location. Let's just climb up these steps here. Wow. Oh, it's all boarded up. You can't see inside. This is the view from the famous steps. Wow. It's getting a bit windy now. The wind's picking up. I'm not sure how great the sound's going to be. There we go. Oh, here's some more QR codes. And there's the famous caravan. It's definitely worth a visit here. You don't need a load of time, obviously, because you can only see the outside. But it's not too expensive, £7.50. It's just such an iconic location that it really gives you the feel that you're stepping onto the set of Outlander. So let's take one last look up the path to Lallybroch before we head off. So this part of the grounds down here is apparently where Fergus was chased by the Redcoats. And this path here leads down to a little river. And it's all covered over by lots of trees. So I just thought I would check this out before we head off. So I'm here on a Sunday morning and there's lots of people here, lots of tourists, but there's actually no tour buses at this point in time, which is quite nice. It's not too busy. So here we are back at the entrance and there's a little coffee van. This is where you get your tickets. And this is where you walk up to see Lallybroch up there. And it's a little bit of a walk back to the car park. When I came in 2019, you just parked here. It's obviously a lot busier now with the increase in tourists coming to see all these Outlander sites. But the grounds are lovely. And you can look at all the nice wildflowers as you leave, including these lovely thistles. I just love it when the rowan berries come out and you see the bright red or orangey red berries. Although it kind of makes me sad because you know that the end of summer is not far away. Okay, now we're heading off to Falkland, which is about 40 minutes drive from here. So we'll see you there. Welcome to the Royal Borough of Falkland. So here we are in Falkland. And this was used to portray 1940s Inverness in the show. So right in the middle over there is the fountain where Jamie stood looking up at Claire through the window. And the Covenanter Hotel over here is the building that was used for Mrs. Baird's B&B. And I believe you can actually book the same room that they stayed in. And this is the spot that Jamie stands in to look up to Mrs. Baird's. So this is Falkland Palace, which is also National Trust. And I'm just going to have a wee look in the gift shop here. Yeah. Here we go. £42 for an Outlander scarf. Outlander ring. We picked up some pies and things from Helen's Bakery in Falkland. So we're going to give that a try.
This is your one, Amber? But here, Belle?
Have you sausage roll? So they only had one vegetarian item left in the bakery, which was a macaroni pie. Here's your haggis and mince.
Is it? It's not very warm though.
They felt quite warm when they came out.
Down,
So it's the East Lomond car park. It was a Pictish fort, which must be that you can see over there. And there's lovely views of the heather, which is in bloom. And there's views go over here to this side. Oh, so you can see the Forth Estuary over here. And this is Largo Law, Isle of May, Leven somewhere over here. And Glenrothes down here. Says you can see Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh, but I'm not sure. I think it's possibly too misty today. So I bought this book in the shop in Falkland, the gift shop, and it shows where all the scenes were filmed in Outlander. So if you're coming to do your own little Outlander tour, it might be a good one to pick up, just to keep you right. Because sometimes you get to a place and you know this is where it's been filmed, but you're not quite sure exactly where the scenes take place. So, yep, there we go, Falkland, which is where we've just been. And yeah, there was a little cafe down at the other end of town, which was closed. It looked like it was closed down, but it also features in the show as a greengrocer. And so Culross is where we're off to next, which was the village of Cranesmere in the show. And it's a wee historic town that overlooks the Firth of Forth, with lots of cobbled streets and old buildings like this. So we've parked up in Culross and we're walking along. There's a little section of the Fife Coastal Path to get to the town. The car park was quite busy, so I'm hoping we managed to get into the palace. So we went in to get our tickets for Culross Palace, and it's like a timed entry system. So our next entry is at 3:30, which is in about 20 minutes. So we went and got a wee coffee from the cafe next door.
Biscuit.
The Biscuit Cafe. And it's quite nice, although it was really busy in there, so had a wee bit of a wait, but that's okay. So yeah, entry to the palace is $13.50 for adults, but we actually have a National Trust for Scotland membership, so it feels free today, but we do pay for it every month. One of the things I like so much about Outlander is that it's made me appreciate history more.
You might have known about like the Jacobite Rising of 1745, but like from school. Or did you do it at school?
I don't think we did it at school. Maybe briefly for a few weeks, but I don't remember doing it in depth.
Yeah, no, we did it at school in like first or second year. But yeah, but then also there's the whole thing of redcoats, and then also all the American stuff, which you might not know that much detail about.
This is Cranesmere, right? So this is where like Gaelis lives, and Gaelis Duncan was actually a real witch. Like the character in Outlander is not based on her, but the name is true and was corrected to be, well, no, she was accused of witchcraft.
Amber. I don't have enough hands.
Come back! So yeah, Gaelis Duncan was a real person, although the character is not.
There was a lot of people tried as witches, but Scotland and Ireland had a big thing with witches.
She was a 15-year-old who was accused of witchcraft in North Berwick, and apparently Gaelis Duncan, the character from Outlander's dress, is on display inside. So we're inside Culross Palace now, and there's lots of these little signs around that tell you what was filmed in each room. So in season 1, this room here was Gaelis's parlour, and there was a scene of Claire looking out the window to the village of Cranesmere, which you can see through the window here.
She likes fake fires.
These are beautiful examples from the volunteer Culross Needlework group. Wow, that's beautiful. Look at the detail on it. So Here's another sign. This room here was a Jacobite meeting room where Jamie pledged allegiance to Bonnie Prince Charlie. Here's some information about the Culross witch trials. Women were often persecuted for being independent and not following the rules of the church or society. Church records document that over 50 people, mostly women, were tried and executed for witchcraft in the time between 1621 and 1652. The population of Culross was only 600 at the time. Wow. Their legs were placed in irons and left without food or water for days. They could not afford the services of a lawyer and was rendered defenceless against her accusers. So the gardens out here were used as the gardens at Castle Lallybroch, where Claire collected all her medicinal herbs and things like that, and where a lot of the scenes with Gaelis were filmed. And it's a beautiful terraced garden. Look, it's your favourite.
It's got all the bees.
Buzzy bees. Buzzy bees. Wow, it's a good view from up here.
Plus Grangemouth.
Yeah, you can see Grangemouth over there. Grangemouth oil refinery.
Not for much longer.
Not for much longer. Look, there's is that garlic?
Onion? Just
Onion?
Or is it garlic? That's kind of what onions look like.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that may be garlic over there.
maybe.
Garlic and onion.
Maybe.
Here we go. This is Gaelis's dress. Her actual dress. Wow, look at this. Gaelis is a key figure in Outlander, a time-travelling story that was first published in 1991. In the series, Gaelis is played by Lotte Verbeek. Gaelis is a herbalist and she's married to the Procurator Fiscal. Yeah, I was reading last night when I was researching this that the dress designer deliberately made it so that it looked like something from the 60s, because that's when she was from. So it was supposed to look a bit out of place in the time that we see her. Yeah.
But then it's like a fur,
Yeah.
like a skin or whatever on the top hat.
See the window. Wow. See the donkey? Donkey. What does the doggy say? Woof woof. All the seats have these little spiky cones on them to stop you from sitting down. I always used to want a feather quill.
Did you ever get one from a
No.
National Trust store?
No. So this is a car park that we parked in. It's kind of on the edge of town, but it is free, and it's
literally 5 minutes, even on the busy road.
a 5-minute walk, and it's normally the easiest place to get a spot because up in town it's very chaotic.
But there is another car park, but it's right at the edge of the water, isn't it? It's busier, that other car park, I think.
I always find this one to be easier to use.
Well, it's the first one you hit if you come from the Edinburgh side as well.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Rabbies tours. Has anyone done a Rabbies tour? I would love to try one. Would you like to try a Rabbies tour? I would.
It would be so awkward.
Rabbies, if you want to give me a tour. So that's us heading home now. We've had a lovely day exploring some of the Outlander sites around the kind of central belt. There's obviously more up in the north, but it takes a bit longer to get to. After going to the 3 places today, I would suggest, if you're a bit tight for time, give Falkland a miss and come to the other 2. Or if you have time and you would like to try somewhere else, Doon Castle is really great. It's a great experience. It's what Castle Lallybroch was filmed at. There's really great commentary inside the building, and it's like a whole, you could spend a good half a day there. So I might go and do another video there at some point. So I would definitely recommend Doon Castle. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our little thistle stop tour of the Outlander sites. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.